Right, how to remove the bench seat in an Opel Zafira B. What you have to do is remove this piece of side trim. To get this off, first you must unscrew this lever. There is this Torx bolt holding that in. Then that comes off. Then there is this lever here, which what does this do? This is to move the seat forwards and backwards. Note this little slot here. If you poke a thin screwdriver in there, you will release the catch on the back here. Pushing that in will release the catch from this hole. Then you can lift the lever up. Once you've got those two levers off, then you must go to the back here. In the back here, so you have this piece of plastic trim sitting on. Note those two screws there. In those two holes, sorry. In those holes is one of these little grommetty things. What you've got to do is get around the other side, pushing from the other side. You've got to push this little pin out here so it ends up in this position. Then you can withdraw the grommet, and then you have a chance of getting this side piece off. Once that piece is off, what you want to do is unscrew these 1, 2, 3, 4 big Munty Torx bolts, and then move the seat forward as far as you can. I actually took the front seats out to give me some more room, so to do that you've got to remove these bits of trim here, 1, 2, exposing the 2 bolts there. Undo the battery, I would recommend, because you don't want airbags going off in your face. Undo the battery, then you can unplug the wiring connector at the front. Let me show you that. If I can get in here. So down here we have another 1, 2 bolts, and under here, under here is this connector. Now the trick is to get this off. You have to move this red clip inwards, push it inwards, and then pull this connector here in that direction. What might make it easier if you just pull the whole thing off. It just clips into this metal mount. Just pull it forwards like so, and then you get better access to this. Move this clip up, pull this in this direction towards the side of the car, out that way, and then the whole connector will basically fall out. So that should just clip back in again like so. Once you've got that disconnected, 1 bolt over here, 1 bolt there. What you also got to do is lift this side piece of plastic out, lift it up and out. Pop this piece of plastic off. That'll get you to the seatbelt bolt. Undo that. Then you can unscrew those 2 bolts, lift the front seats out. That gives you more room to move the bench seat forward. Because what you want to do is get this thingy here to clear this railing here. It's got to come past this point here. So then, having undone those 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts, you can simply lift the whole thing up and out. Just bear in mind Once you've undone those 4 bolts, the seat will want to lift up, so moving this lever forwards here might not work. So if you look here carefully, what you can do is put a flat-bladed screwdriver in here and push this catch down, which will then allow the seat mechanism to release, and you can shift it forward. So watch when I move this lever, you can see that's pushing down on there. So once you've undone those bolts, the whole thing will lift up, and you might have to force that down with a flat-bladed screwdriver. Move it forward, clear the rail, lift the whole thing up and out. Don't do what I did, which was removed this side piece of trim. I mean, you can if you want, then you'll get access to the rails underneath here. What I did was, first time, I undid the 5 bolts holding the rails in and lifted the whole thing out with the rails, and that was super difficult. But you don't have to do that. I discovered I put it back. First I put the rails in, took the rails off here, undid these 4 bolts, put the rails back in, and then dropped the seat on top when it was in the forward position, and then just slid it back. So it was way easier.